everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you keep your questions coming in. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat, okay? Lately, and a quick hack to get to me right away is to Snapchat me. Of course, email is fine too. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com, or call or text 949-415-6256. So today's question comes from a viewer, okay, and they want to know, how do you pay your sub-investigator? So not your principal investigator, but your sub-investigator. So this is a very good topic. All right, we talk about paying PIs, and sub-investigators, you know, they don't have the responsibilities of the PI, but they might be an MD, and in this case, we're talking about paying sub-Is that are MDs, sub-Is that could do everything the PI could do, okay, and maybe they serve as the backup, or sometimes they do more assessments than the PI. Maybe the PI just maintains oversight, but delegates everything to the MD sub-Is. So as a research site owner, we work with sub-Is all the time. Obviously, one of the incentives for sub-Is is, hey, you know, work for us. You may not get paid what you're expecting to get, or you may not get paid from us what you're getting in your private practice as an MD, but what we can give you is experience for your resume, so that when you get enough experience on your resume, we can apply for you to be a PI, and then we can pay you more of what you're accustomed to getting. This is my pitch for sub-Is. And it's not just a pitch, it's the reality of the situation. So what I do with sub-Is, I don't do percentage, I don't do anything, we don't do referral fees. What we do, well actually I take that back, we have done consulting fees in situations where sub-Is do nothing but refer subjects and do pre-screening of subjects. So those are situations where the sub-investigator has a large database that the PI doesn't, and it's not the same database as the PIs. So in many cases you get a PI who has a lot of experience, which is why he was given the study, or she, why they were given the study in the first place. And the sub-I has a lot of patience, but not enough experience, so what they do is they become a sub-investigator, and in many cases the sub-investigators don't have the time, because they have a large practice, they don't have the time to dedicate to research like a PI would, so they would become the sub-investigator. And they get the experience on their resume, so in case they ever would like to participate in research as a PI, it would make it easier for them to do so. But what they do have is the patience, and you can't necessarily do referral fees. In many states that is frowned upon. What we do is give them a pre-screening fee. So we give them a pre-screening form that we have, and we tell them, hey, you have a huge database, you and your staff go through your subjects or your patients and let us know which ones qualify for the studies, pre-screen them, see if they're interested, send us the form, we'll screen the patient, and then if they qualify, we'll give you a pre-screening fee. All right? Now that's for the sub-investigators that don't have time to do anything else but refer patients and pre-screen patients, okay? Now, there are some cases where the sub-investigators actually don't have a large private practice. It might be the opposite. The PI has a large private practice, but not enough time to actually do the assessments. And the sub-I doesn't have a large practice, but has time to do assessments. Maybe they're working with the PI, or they're working underneath the PI in their practice, or in an adjacent practice. So in those cases, what the sub-I has of value to give to the site is medical expertise and their time, all right? And it's valuable to the PI because the PI can delegate certain duties. In fact, maybe all of their duties, with the exception of having PI oversight, to the sub-I. And so what you would do is pay, what I would do in situations like these, is pay the sub-I either an hourly rate, whatever is appropriate in your state or in your area, or a fee for service. So you're going to be doing a physical exam, and you're going to be doing an ECG and lab result review. So this is what we pay for those assessments. This is what you'll get. I would not give them the entire fee that you negotiated in the budget for those assessments. I would leave room for profit, typically 50%. So if you're getting, so this is where budget negotiation comes in handy, because if the PI is expecting to get $80 for a physical exam, or I'm sorry, if the sub-I is expecting to get $80 for a physical exam and you've only negotiated $80, you have no profit, especially once you outsource all the assessments to the sub-I. You're going to be paying the sub-I everything. So you definitely don't want to pay them the overhead that comes with your budget, and you want to negotiate usually double what the sub-I would be receiving for that assessment, okay? Very important. So that's the way I would pay a sub-I, very different from how I would pay a PI. I would pay a PI sometimes using the same logic, using the fee for service, if the PI is not an owner of the site. Obviously, if the PI is a partner with you, then they get their share, their percentage of the profits as per the LLC or the corporation agreement. But if the PI is an employee, you can either pay them a percentage, a salary, or a combination of the two, or fee for service. With a sub-I, I wouldn't even consider percentage or salary. I would do prescreening fees for the ones that will do nothing but refer subjects, and I would do fee for service for everything else, okay? Hopefully this helps. Get out there and put this to work, and let me know. I want to hear feedback from you guys, okay? Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.